Welcome to this quick tip tutorial from Sound Tower. This time we'll be looking at the Moog Voyager Pro Editor Librarian and the Librarian features. When you first open the Voyager Pro software, you are on the Librarian page. If you happen to be on the Banks window and want to open the Librarian, just click Librarian in the top bar. While we're here, please confirm that your Voyager and software are communicating. Select MIDI Setup. Confirm that both the input and output is correctly assigned to the appropriate MIDI ports of your interface. You should see that the Voyager is online. Then click Done. If not, check your MIDI setup on the Voyager. Please refer to your user's manual. The Librarian page is provided to allow you to organize, save, and load programs in most any way you desire. Let's do a little housekeeping before we begin. First of all, if you have edited any of the programs on the Voyager or created custom programs, let's first save all your current banks to a file. Go to the Banks view. Under the MIDI menu, select Receive All Bank Data. This will take a little while. When finished, under the File menu, select Save All Bank Data As. I would suggest creating a separate folder for all the Voyager files in a place you can recall easily. I currently have one on my desktop. Save this file using a name that is meaningful to you. With this file saved, you can always recall this current status of your Voyager by selecting Load All Bank Data to reload that file. Please watch the bank video for more information on the options shown here. Okay, back to the Librarian page. On this page, we can work with one bank at a time. We can view each current bank by selecting A through G buttons. With one of the banks selected, using the buttons across the top, we can save this single bank or load a previously saved bank. You can also receive the selected bank from the Voyager or transmit the current bank to the Voyager. This is another piece of housekeeping. In addition to saving the entire synth to a single file, you might want to consider taking a few moments to save individual banks so they can be recalled as needed. An additional feature allows you to load original Voyager factory banks. Select a bank, then under the File menu, select Moog Banks and the bank name that you wish to recall. This will recall the original sounds into the displayed bank. Please note that this only loads the programs into the software, not into the synth. If you wish to restore this bank to the synth, click Transmit. Please remember, this function will send the bank to the matching bank between the software and the Voyager. Using these features, you can change the order of the factory banks on the synth if you wish. And for a last piece of housekeeping, you may wish to save the factory banks to individual files that can be recalled for later use. Just load a factory bank and save to your Voyager folder using an appropriate name. Okay, now to the fun stuff. The Librarian will allow you to reorganize in various ways the many programs available in the Voyager. One concept is to separate all the programs into their common categories. Select a group of programs from the left-hand window. This can be done by shift-clicking to select a contiguous set of programs or command-clicking to select a non-contiguous group. Now click the right-facing arrow. Select Yes when asked if you wish to sort the programs into corresponding library categories. Please note that selecting No will put all the programs in the highlighted category and then change the categories to the selected name. You'll notice that all the programs have been collected into their individual categories. From here, you can save these categories out to separate files that contain only a single specific category. One thing you may wish to do is to load all the factory banks so that they can be split into their various categories and then save them out, so that the various base, lead, or any other category can be saved to a single file. If desired, once saved, you can load all these categorized banks back into a single bank on the synth. Be sure the librarian list is empty by clicking New, then click No. Now, click Import and select the first factory bank. Now repeat that for each of the remaining factory banks. Now, let's save out some categories. Select a category and a list of programs will appear. Click Save, then name and save that group of categorized programs. Repeat this for as many categories as you desire to save. And while you're at it, you can save this entire library of categorized programs by going to the Librarian menu and Save Library As. A very cool feature allows you to change the category names. If you right-click on a category, you can change the name that perhaps better suits your needs. If you right-click on a category that has that program identified, changing the name will change the category name in the programs as well. If you want to change the category back, just right-click and select Reset. One way you might use this feature is if you have, let's say, a bunch of base programs in various base categories, but you want to group them all together. You could rename one category to just Base. Then click on the other base categories. Select the programs in that group and drag them into the newly named category to have a single base group with all the base programs. Let's create a new library showing other ways to organize programs. Click New to clear the right side of the librarian. Select the first program you may wish to organize. Click the right arrow. You also have the option to drag and drop from the left side to the right. Now you have the option to click additional single programs or groups of programs using Shift or Control key to select contiguous or non-contiguous programs. After you've gathered any kind of collection of programs on the right side of the librarian, besides organizing and saving, you can push them back to the Voyager. Let's set Bank A to an initialized bank. Under Bank, select New Bank. You'll have the option to save out the current bank before it is initialized. Now select a category, select any or all of the programs, select a starting cell on the left side where you want the collection of programs to start, then click the left-facing arrow. You'll be given the opportunity to confirm or cancel the move. But please be careful. Pushing programs back over to the left side of the librarian also writes them to the Voyager. When moving programs back to the Voyager, depending on the programs you may have the option to move, remember that each Voyager bank has 128 slots. If you have more than that to move in a particular category, you'll have to split them between multiple banks. A quick note. If you want to listen to any of the programs on the right side of the librarian, just click Auto Audition and then click on a program name. The program will be transferred to the Voyager, but is only in a temporary buffer and will not be saved to the synth. One button I forgot to mention is the Load Current. This will import whatever program is currently active on the Voyager. I hope this has shown you some of the features designed into the librarian portion of this software, and you've started to consider how you can use this feature to organize and arrange your programs for convenience, safe storage, and sharing with other Voyager users. Keep your eye open for additional videos. See you soon.